In order to live a meaningful life and to continue to grow and thrive in this world, we need to ensure that we strengthen the mind every day, because our mind affects our emotions, our thoughts, and our behaviors that can have either a positive or a negative impact on our life. And there are so many videos and books that claim to help strengthen the mind, but most of them lack the scientific evidence or support, so it's really hard to know what strategies can actually work to strengthen the mind. What are the scientifically proven strategies that you can start using today to strengthen the mind? By the end of this video, you'll take away 3 evidence-based strategies that you can use to strengthen the mind by nurturing your mental well-being and happiness. Research suggests that happy people actually live longer, so watch until the end of this video to learn and use scientific knowledge to strengthen the mind, but also extend your lifetime as a bonus. Can we really be happy if we try to be happy? Is it even possible to be happy if we try? Research shows that simply pursuing happiness does not always guarantee that we'll be happier in the future, no matter how hard we try. People might have different strategies about how they can increase their happiness, but research shows that certain strategies are very effective at increasing happiness, while other strategies are not effective at all. That's why it's extremely important that we learn what the effective strategies are for increasing happiness. The research asked people to describe what the strategies are for increasing their happiness, and after 1 year, they actually measured their level of happiness. The findings show that people whose strategies were about nurturing social relationships, like spending more time with family and friends or joining a non-profit organization, actually experienced a significant increase in the level of happiness, while other people whose strategies for increasing the happiness were not associated with nurturing social relationships, for example, getting a better job, getting more money, getting a better education or bigger house, did not experience any improvement in the level of happiness. So this shows that we can certainly be more happy in the future if we implement the right strategies. If you feel like there's no way for you to be any happier in the future, don't give up yet. You might not have implemented the right strategies yet. Like most people, I spend a lot of time thinking about how I can increase my happiness, and one way that I can answer this for myself is to look back to my happiest memories and then try to repeat those moments more in my future. One of the happiest memories I have is when my first baby girl was born. I used to take her out for a morning walk and just really holding her tightly in my arms and smelling her. And those moments of walking with her in my arms, really closely being with her, made me the happiest person in the world. So one of the things I try to do these days is to really make her laugh every day and to make her laugh genuinely. And it is the hardest thing that I've ever done, because she quickly gets used to the strategies that I use to make her laugh, and so I always have to improvise and come up with new ways of making her laugh. And so spending time with her and really nurturing that relationship with her in order to make my happiness increase is very much consistent with the research that we talked about, that the most effective strategies for increasing your level of happiness is to nurture your social relationships with the people around you by encouraging them and building them up. But it raises an important question of why are some people more able to come up with strategies that are actually effective in increasing their happiness, while other people are less able to do so. And it might be that people who are able to come up with those strategies that actually work, when you ask them for what their happiest memories are, maybe their recollections of the happiest memories are about nurturing social relationships, spending more time with their family and friends. But the other people who are less able to come up with strategies that actually work, maybe their recollections of the happiest memories are less about nurturing social relationships, like getting a better job, getting a bigger pay. So let me ask you, what are your happiest memories in the past? Share your thoughts in the comments below. can pursuing happiness make us less happy? Research shows that when we are obsessed with maximizing our happiness, we in fact feel less happy as a result. When we are always obsessed with trying to find the best option, best choice in every decision we make, then we are a maximizer. And maximizers feel less happy, less optimistic, less satisfied, but more regretful compared to those people who are not always looking for the best option, but take a good enough option. In an experiment, people who are maximizers were identified by asking them a series of questions like whether or not they have a hard time finding the clothing that they really love when shopping. And after identifying a group of people who are maximizers and others who are not maximizers, the research asked them to recall their most recent purchase and asked them how happy they were with the purchase and how regretful they were with the purchase. The findings show that maximizers felt less happy but more regretful about their most recent purchase compared to other people who are not maximizers. Sure, maximizers might get better things in life in general, like getting a better job, getting a better education, but we also have to be mindful that always trying to maximize your happiness can actually make us less happy. Rather than trying to be the best or trying to find the best option in every decision that you make, learn to take a good enough option and always try to do the best you can in everything that you do, not because you want to be the best in everything that you do, but because you feel grateful for every opportunity that you get in life. I'm definitely a maximizer, always trying to find the best restaurant wherever I go. And sometimes this is great when I end up finding a really great restaurant, but most of the times because I spend so much time doing the research, my expectations skyrocket, and so I'm often left feeling dissatisfied. And this is even more frustrating when I'm trying to find a really good restaurant to go as a group, and because it's almost impossible to satisfy everyone in the group because our preferences are very different. The more time I spend doing the research, the more frustrating it becomes. And it's definitely more complex and time consuming and overall very less satisfying. But I always get tempted to do the research for some reason. And so this is definitely one area of my life that I can definitely work on. But sometimes can being a maximizer be more beneficial in increasing happiness in certain choice contexts? For example, in certain choice contexts where the motivation is to maximize the benefit for other people, like when I was trying to find the best camera, the best microphone, the best lighting for this video production, the time that I spent doing the research was actually very enjoyable and exciting. But in other choice contexts where the motivation is to benefit myself, like when I'm trying to find the best restaurant or when I'm trying to find the best product for myself, then as the research shows that trying to maximize my happiness can in fact make me less happy as a result. So I think being a maximizer can be beneficial when the motivation is to help other people. As the research shows, there is wisdom in letting go rather than clinging on to the best option or the best choice in every decision that you face. There's definitely a hidden value of being content in any and every situation, feeling grateful for every opportunity that you get in life, rather than always searching for the best option in every decision that you make. What aspects of your life do you always hope for the best, but maybe you should let go to increase your happiness? Share your thoughts in the comments below. How contagious is happiness? Can my happiness affect the people around me? Research shows that happiness is literally contagious through smell. For example, when we smell the body odor of someone who's feeling very happy, we unconsciously become infected with their happiness and display a smile. And when we smell the body odor of someone who's feeling very fearful, we unconsciously become fearful in our facial expression. In an experiment, people were made to feel either happy, fearful, or neutral, Then their bodily odor was extracted from their armpits. Then another group was invited in to smell the bodily odor, and they displayed the same emotions as the people whose bodily odor was taken from. The people who smelled the happy odor also displayed a broader perception when performing a task, and the people who smelled the fearful odor displayed a narrower perception when doing the same task. And this finding provides further support to the transmission of emotions via smell, as prior research found that happiness broadens your perspective, while fear narrows your perspective. Interestingly, when our immune system gets activated when we get infected by a disease, we release an unpleasant smell to warn the people around us and to limit social interactions. This is one way our body automatically functions to limit the transmission of diseases. Likewise, we can infect the people around us with happiness. A person can walk into the room and brighten the whole room by displaying positive body posture, positive tone and voice, and through their smiles, but also by spreading their happy smell. Based on these research findings, it leads to the question of whether people who are very sensitive about smell, those people who can smell something that no one else in the room can smell, whether these people who are very sensitive about smell have greater emotional intelligence, especially the ability to recognize the emotions about people because they're more sensitive to smell. That would be an interesting question to explore in the future. By cultivating true happiness in our hearts, we can be a pleasing aroma to the people around us. And if you want to make someone happy, and if you want to make your children happy, make sure that you feel happy so that you can infect them with happiness through your bodily odor. Among your friends, who do you know that actually smells like happiness? Share your friend in the comments below, and also share this video with that friend. So the 3 takeaways from this video are: first, make sure that your strategy for increasing happiness involves investing in meaningful relationships with the people around you. Second, let go of that desire to always want to maximize your happiness by always trying to look for the best option in every decision that you make. Learn to accept a good enough option. And third, know that you can infect the people around you with happiness through your bodily odor. I'm glad that you're here because you can now use scientific knowledge to strengthen your mind and to nurture your mental well-being. Subscribe to get more scientifically proven strategies to strengthen your mind.